Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Unimix channel, and today I have here 3 custom Lego minifigures from minifigs.me. Now if you do want to enjoy the video, then why not subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video, as well as smash that like button. But with that being said, let's begin. So essentially minifigs.me is this really cool site where you can actually go and buy your own custom minifigures, which I think is really nice, and I would definitely recommend to go and check their products out because they are really good, and I would highly recommend for you to buy some of them because they're really good quality products. And if you are going to go and buy some of their products, then make sure to use code the Unibricks10 to get 10% off your order. But with that being said, let's get on with the review of these figures. So I have literally just opened the package up, and inside we have these 3 boxes which have the custom figures inside, and then you also get this leaflet which says, "Hello, today is a good day," and surrounded by it is a green base plate. And then if you open the leaflet up, it says recreate anyone, design your own minifigures, and then beneath that it has some information. And then at the bottom it has the minifigs.me site, but with that being said, that is sort of it for the leaflet, not really too much else to see. So let's take a closer look at the boxes. I've got to say I really like these, I think they're really cool. There's a message at the front saying today is a good day, every custom minifigure from us is created with love and care, they are made just for you to make you smile, which I think is really nice to see. And then on the other side of the box it just says hello in a speech bubble, and it has some studs surrounding it. So with that being said, let's open these boxes up and see what's inside. Okay, so here we have the first box. Now, in order to actually open these minifig.me boxes, what they've got to do is just push from the end, and then it actually slides open, which I think is really nice to see. So if you push from the end there, it slides out with the figure in place. So the first figure we have is the Android Policeman, and we'll take a closer look at all of these figures in a second. And you can just close the box up, and if you want to put the figure back in there, you can do so, which I think is really nice. Here with the second box, so we just slide that. And the second figure we have is the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. And you put that to the side, and then we can just close the box up, which I think is really cool again. And then the third and final box, you just slide that open, and then we have our final figure, which is the 10th Doctor. And then we can close that up, and then we can just store it somewhere, or you can put the figures back in there once you're finished with them, for just safety, which I think is pretty nice to see. And there we have all 3 of these boxes opened up. Okay, so the first figure we're going to be looking at is the 10th Doctor, and I gotta say, this figure is just great. It is amazing. I really like the way this figure looks. I gotta say, I really like this cape piece. I think that it looks really cool. The way it just sort of loops around the back of the Doctor to each of the arms, just to sort of represent the bulkiness of the jacket, which I think is really cool. And just sort of represent these colours from the top. I think that looks really nice. And it's very accurate as well. And it's a really clever piece to actually use for this character. As well as the torso printing, I think that's really good as well. I like the way it links up to the leg printing, just to sort of represent that pinstriped brown suit. There is also printing for the feet as well, which just sort of represent the light grey shoes that he has. And I gotta say, the best part about this figure is probably the face. Look at that face. That face looks really good. He does come with another face as well. But this is by far the best face out of them both. That he comes with the glasses, one side blue, one side red, and it just really pops out, which looks really good. And you can also take the hairpiece off, of course, to reveal an alternate face, which is that. I think this face is fine, but obviously the one with the glasses is much better. And if you're wondering, this character does actually have back printing, so you can take the cape piece off quite easily. It just loops around the arms, and I've got to say the back printing is probably better than the front printing. It looks really good. The pinstriped suit continues to the back, but the leg printing in particular is really good. I think that minifigs.me have done a really good job on that. And even if I just take it off the stand, you can see that it's got the printing at the back. You don't usually see that on a lot of figures from Lego. So I'm really happy that minifigs.me have really put a lot of effort into this figure and actually included back printing, especially on the legs. And it's even covered up by the cape, so I think that's really cool, but you can have this figure without the cape on, which I think is really nice as well. And if you're wondering what he looks like without his cape on, this is what he looks like. Next up we have the Demogorgon from Stranger Figs. Obviously that means Stranger Things, and wow. This figure is just amazing in the way it's designed. There is so much detail on this figure. It is actually unbelievable. Probably the most detailed figure I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. And this isn't even a natural Lego figure. But I really wish it was, because the detailing is just absolutely insane on this figure. It has printing everywhere. They've got arm printing, They've even got some really good torso printing as well. And they've got the leg printing, the feet have got the claws on, which is really nice to see. And the face looks really evil and menacing, sort of like that monster. It's got that sort of monster look to it, which looks really good. I really like the way this has turned out, and then for the back as well. They've got more printing on the back of the legs, which is just insane. I'm really happy with that. That Minifigs.me have put that much effort into this figure, and then you've even got some more back printing as well, which is pretty similar to the front. So gotta admit, really like this figure, and this is probably one of the most detailed figures I've ever seen in my life. And then lastly, we have Robocop, or the Android Policeman, or Android Cop, whatever you want to call him, but this is Robocop, and I think that this figure is really good. I really like the printing on this figure. I think Minifigs.me have just done an amazing job. I especially like the back printing with the back of the legs printed as well, which I think is really cool. And that's one thing that's really good about these figures, because all three that I have, the Demogorgon and the 10th Doctor, all have the back leg printing, which is really nice to see, because you don't really see this too much on Lego figures, so I think that's really good. He comes with two blasters, which I think is fine. Not really too much special there with the blasters. They're just standard, and it has some really cool arm printing. Back printing for the torso is really good as well. Really like the front printing and the feet printing. I think that's really good, and it's just really high quality as well. Like this printing is really good. Now for the head, I think that the head printing is fine. I like the head printing. I think that it looks really good, especially with this sort of eye section here. I think that looks really accurate to how Robocop actually looks. But one thing that I would have really liked to see with this figure is a molded piece for the head, just to sort of represent the helmet. I feel as though that's what this figure is missing, and I don't know, Minifigs.me might not be able to make the molded pieces, but I think that the head printing is fine. I can't complain about that at all, but it would have looked really good with the molded piece instead of just having the face printing. It's sort of the same scenario as Captain America. Okay, so what do I think of these figures and would I recommend buying them? Let's talk final opinions. I would definitely recommend buying these figures. I'm just going to say that. I think that all of these figures are just brilliant. I think that all of them are amazing. And there are some way better figures on Minifigs.me's site as well. I would definitely recommend picking these up. In particular, I really like the Demogorgon. I just think that the printing on this figure is just absolutely amazing. And it's just brilliant. The printing is just insane. The amount of printing this figure has is really good, and that's one thing I really like to see on figures, a lot of printing. But all of them, even Robocop and the 10th Doctor, have got really cool printing. I really like this cape piece that they use for the 10th Doctor. That looks really nice, and I just think that there's a lot of clever ways that Minifigs.me have actually made these figures. For complaints, just Robocop, he needs a molded piece, but the printing for his head's fine. I think that all these figures is really good, and I would definitely recommend buying these figures if you haven't got any Minifigs.me figures already. So with that being said, everybody, this is the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, then why not subscribe and turn on the notification bell, as well as smash the like button. But hope you enjoy. Hope this video was useful to you. If you are going to purchase some of Minifigs.me's figures, which I would highly recommend to do, make sure to use code the Unibricks10 to get 10% off your order. But with that being said, peace out, see you later, and bye bye.